So today I'm going to take you through the Mai Tai. I'll start off with some basic ingredients that will be used in this recipe tonight. We have orange liqueur. Tonight we'll be using Grand Marnier. However, if you like to change it up a bit, you can use different Cointreaus. This is a Cointreau blood orange. And you can also use triple sec. They're very common orangey additives to have in a cocktail. And we're using Appleton Estate rum tonight, a dark rum. However, some people find the flavours of alcohol a bit intimidating, and if that's the case, I would recommend switching to a white spirit, so a Bacardi rum, or anything that's white. It has a lighter flavour. It's more easily hidden by the citrus flavours of the orange and the pineapple. We've got some bitters, which we'll be using tonight. 2 shakes of that, and that's it for the recipe. So another thing that I will talk to you about tonight is I made our own pomegranate juice, right?
Grenadine.
Some people call it grenadine. It's basically a sugar syrup and pomegranate seeds.
Yeah. So this is what a fresh pomegranate looks like, whole. You can buy them in the supermarket, and when you open them, that's the seeds inside. Now, a store-bought bottle of grenadine has high fructose corn syrup in it, preservatives and colours. The one that we're making, well, we pre-made the other night, literally has the pomegranate seeds, sugar and water. So much healthier option.
So if you're looking to do this yourself, I'll just run you quickly through it. First, you've got to get the seeds out of the pomegranate. The next is make a sugar syrup. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water. You can put it all into the Thermomix. One good thing about the Thermomix is it can go backwards as well as forwards. The benefit of having that function when you're making something like this is it doesn't break the seeds. And that's really important, because if you put it forward and you use it to try and get the flavours out of the seeds, you'll break the seeds, and then you'll need to either put them through a sieve or a nut bag. But if you use a muddle speed 3.5, and you bring the sugar syrup up to about 90 degrees, 95 degrees, use it for about 5 minutes and check in on it and just see whether the seeds have separated from the husk outside that's given you all the flavour. As soon as that happens, then you can put it through a sieve.
Yeah, we just used a kitchen sieve, and I do have a nut bag. I think someone used a nut bag tonight, so either's fine.
It really just depends. If you do end up breaking the seeds, then use the nut bag, but just be careful, because the contents is going to be hot when you're handling it. And then once it's reduced, I normally use the sauce bottle. You can see it here, to put the grenadine in. And the reason why I do that is because it's easy to handle when you are making up a glass. So the glass tonight we're going to use is a craft beer glass. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the grenadine in the base. Just a bit of a squeeze like that. If you can see that. The grenadine syrup in the bottom of the glass. And then normally what I'll do is I'll just give it a bit of a roll, so you can see it climbing up the edge of the glass, right? Okay, now we'll move on. So one important thing working with ice, what I have found with a cocktail, like a good sauce, if you add water to it, it's going to destroy the flavour. So what I would suggest to everyone is to get your ingredients as cold as you can. So instead of measuring all the spirits tonight and putting them in the Thermomix, I've actually pre-made all the alcohol content and the minor citrus and put it in a measuring jug for ease of use. And I've left that in the fridge to keep it nice and cold. And that's to preserve the ice, to try not to melt the ice. Tonight it has all the spirits, and it has the lime juice, which here I've got in my juicer. One thing that was brought up in the first cocktail is the fibres in the juice. If you have fibres in the juice of a cocktail, it can make it a bit offsetting. So instead of filtering it out, and tonight we aren't going to use juices made from pineapple and orange because it's just too much fibre and too much to deal with. So we just bought a quality orange and pineapple juice without any fibre in it. Now, talking about the ice. So what I've done tonight as well is another trick. So I've actually made ice cubes out of the oranges and out of the pineapple. And for the same reason that what the intention is to try and reduce the amount of water that we're going to be using tonight.
Okay, so start with the ice.
Is that orange first?
Yep, orange.
Yep, orange.
So we're doing 125.
That's close enough.
Yep, and then the pineapple in as well.
No. Orange juice.
Okay. We'll tear that.
So we'll tear that. We'll do the orange juice of 100 grams, which is as per the recipe that you've seen.
Yep, good enough.
Close enough, okay. Lid on. Speed 6. Now, hang on, before you do it.
No.
So when you actually break the ice in the machine, you'll hear it rattle. As soon as it stops rattling, stop it. Because what you're going to do is you're going to overmill the ice. It's just going to destroy it. It'll turn into water, or in this case, it'll just take the thickness out of it.
So speed 6.
Speed 6, 3 seconds, about. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so now you're asking probably why am I doing all this manual? And tonight I'm going to try and present this cocktail the best way it can be presented. Otherwise I'm going to create an epic fail. So for anyone that can pour a beer, this is the next important thing. You want to lean your glass over and you want to slowly pour out your ingredients. It can be a bit troublesome using it straight out of the Thermomix bowl. But hey, let's give it a try, just slowly. Yeah.
All of it going.
Yeah.
The other good thing about
No, hang on. Yeah, keep
the
going.
Mai Tai is that if you leave out the alcohol, it's actually a really lovely mocktail for the kids,
Where did
which
you put the alcohol?
we gave to the kids the other night. Okay.
So I just noticed one mistake that I've made. I forgot to put the alcohol in the first.
That is a mocktail.
So this one's going to be a mocktail, but what I'll do, I'll make it up with the second.
Yep.
So 125 of now the pineapple and the pineapple juice, wherever it is.
It's in the fridge.
It's in the fridge.
Yep, close enough.
130.
130 mils. You can put the alcohol in this.
Yeah. 130. Yeah.
Yep.
So ideally, and sorry for the mistake tonight, I would like to put the alcohol in half with the orange and half with the pineapple. But seeing I've forgotten to put it in with the orange, it's all going to go in with the pineapple. So the same?
Yep, lemon juice.
No, it's all done.
Okay. And what was that again?
Speed 6,
What's the name? Yep.
3 seconds.
Oh.
Stop it.
A bit more.
No, okay. Waiting. So then what we'll do is the same again.
We've got a comment, Chris, saying, "Do you do deliveries? They'll leave their address."
If they're local.
And then what we'll do is we'll just pick it up with a spoon to finish it off. Where's a long spoon? So then what you can do with the grenadine, you can flare it up a bit at the bottom, and then you can get that nice sunset kind of look.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yay! Cheers,
Well,
everyone.
that was amazing.
Yeah,
Thanks
I'm
so
lucky.
much,
My husband,
Janelle.
yes, I'm very lucky. My husband can make me cocktails. Thank you, husband.
Amazing. Chris, you're a professional.